Hello and welcome to today's Pick a Card reading. If you are new to my channel, I'm happy to have you here. And if you're returning, welcome back. My name is Jody. I am an intuitive mentor and channel, which basically means I listen to spirit and provide the messages that are coming through for you. You can find out all about my services anytime at thespiritexperience.com. Now, today we are going to be looking at your career for February 2022. I have already cleared and intended and then pulled from the Angels in Your Biz deck. And as you can see, I'm pulling from the Sacred Creators deck as well. We're also going to add a bicycle card to that pull in just a minute so that you can see which pile is resonating with you the most for your career reading for February. Just a quick reminder before we get into your reading that this is a collective reading. It's not an individual reading, so please take from it the nuggets that are resonating most with you and leave the rest. All right, let's get into your career for February 2022 Pick a Card reading. Okay, we have got the Angels in Your Biz cards pulled with intention, as well as the Sacred Creator cards right on top of those, giving us some questions to ask yourself through the month of February for your career. And right now I'm going to get some base energy for your career for the month of February with the Prism Day deck. Now, they have asked me to reveal this to give you guys a chance to really see which card pile is calling to you. 9 of Diamonds for pile number 1. 9 of Diamonds there. So again, this is about your career for February. You're going to want to vibe out which card pile is calling to you. And pile number 2. Again, this is underlying energy. Base intention energy, which gives us good information. 7 of Diamonds for pile number 2. A 7 of Diamonds. I just love this deck too. It's so colorful. All right, and let's see what we've got for pile 3. Group number 3, please. Okay. Group number 3, wow, all diamonds. That is not a bad thing having to do with our career. 3 of Diamonds for pile number 3, card group 3. Okay, so take a good look at each of the different card piles. Let your intuition be called to which one is calling to you for your information and messages for your career for February 2022, and then head down to the description to click on the timestamps and head right to your reading. Hello, Group 1, and welcome to your 2022 February career reading. If you're listening to this, you chose the pile all the way to the left with the 9 of Diamonds as a rooted energy for you. I'm just going to separate these cards and see what information you have coming through for you for this February and your career. Now, the 9 of Diamonds comes through as a couple of different energies depending on how you're reading it. Diamonds are pentacles in the tarot, so if we're relating it to that, this is a wonderfully fulfilling energy. What they were also telling me before we started here is that this 9 of Diamonds signifies an ending for you, which is wonderful. It's a fulfilled, successful type of ending and probably is going to bring prosperity and abundance for you in the future. Oh, they're saying to keep this here. We'll save the Sacred Creators card and the questions that you can ask yourself for the end of your reading. So just know that in your rooted energy, you've got fulfillment, you've got success, you've made it to a particular point in your career and in your work where you can pat yourself on the back for sure, group number 1. And also understand that if things are starting to end or change and you're noticing things not being done the same way or something needing to be closed out, that is safe to do that. It's actually going to bring you more fulfillment, more prosperity, more abundance. All right, let's see what your theme card for the month is from the Angels in Your Biz deck. Ooh, 42, social media. Your guides will create the strategy. So group number 1, if you are not on social media, I think that it might be time. Oh, they're saying that This works whether or not you are posting for your business or receiving for your business, for your career, for your work, for your projects. And so it's going to be so important for you, group number one, to be on the platforms. Now, this doesn't mean waste all of your time on social media by any means, of course. Spirit likes things in balance. We humans are seeking things in balance. And so this doesn't mean spend all of your time on social media. What it does mean is create a strategy and make sure that you are tuning into your guides and your spirit team in order to be able to do that. So if this is hitting you and you're understanding this, or this is resonating with you through the posting or the putting out the external and social media, which very well could be the case since we do have Mercury going direct very shortly after the turn of the month. So we're going to be communicating outward. Okay, if that is you, then that means you need a schedule, you need to get organized, you need to make sure that you're doing that, hopefully prior to the month or right at the start of it if you can. Right, thank you. Yes, they're saying, they're just agreeing with what I just said, so good, thank you, Spirit. That allows you to be very organized so that you are not wasting, wasting your time on social media. They don't want you wasting your time. They want you, is like using your time properly. Yeah, I'm looking for them to give me a word and they're sort of not giving it to me. But it's using your time in a productive way. Productively, thank you. There you go, there's the word. Okay, so productive use of your time on social media. If you are receiving, then you're going to want to do the same thing. So when you get onto social media, you're doing it with intention to receive information from a mentor, an expert, an influence, whatever it is that you're looking to receive, a knowing or know or understand the information. You're definitely going to want to be very intentional before, and then make sure that you're letting your guides and understanding that your guides and your spirit team are leading you to the right thing to listen to, watch, take in, sign up for, whatever it is. Okay, very interesting start to your reading there, group number one. All right, we're gonna pull in 4 different categories for your career now. Woo! Almost just dropped that deck. This is my Divine Shine deck that I created. All of this resonates with light. And so we're going to pull for, like I said, 4 different areas having to do with your career, your work, your projects, your business. Thank you. Yes, for mindset. So we're looking at mindset first. The blinding card. Woo! Okay. So you've got a lot going on in your mind. Are we pulling these all? No, separately. Okay, they want me to pull them separate. Okay. So the blinding card in a mindset position, this is the light of excess. All right. And sometimes it can be very overwhelming type of energy. When you have the blinding card, it means you're literally kind of being blinded by the light, right? And, you know, of course, that song can, right, it comes into play. So you're going to want to watch out for your mind overdoing it or overwhelm. Thank you. Overwhelm, because the excessive thinking, excessive thought, it's not going to help you at all. And it may be coming up for you this month, especially when you're thinking about work or how do I do this strategy? So you've got to be very, very intentional and working with your team, very intentionally this month for you, group number one. I am going to pick a charm to just get a little bit of charmification for each of the cards that are pulled. Okay, this is not surprising. You've got the wheel here, the steering wheel, or I don't know, what is it called on a boat? I don't know what it's called on a boat. The wheel. This is a sign for you to let spirit take the wheel. Thank you. So the divine will be guiding you. It's going to be important for you not to get blinded by the light, especially anything that's excessive. So, you know, it asks you to just be very aware. So you're going to be looking in your head, you're going to be looking at what might be causing you to be overwhelmed. If you're feeling that way at the end of a day, that's a call for you to pay attention to what went on that day in excess. Were you on this too long? Were you doing it with intention? Have you reconnected and connected with your team to get back into your divine center and divine alignment? Because spirit is telling you your mind is gonna may have the tendency to be, they don't want me to predict and say is going to. Excuse me, but your mind may have the tendency to be very overwhelmed, trying to take everything in. It's got to be done in like a scheduled kind of way, or a organized kind of way, very intentional. And they're just reminding you it's important for you to reconnect, if you can, daily, to stay out of that mental overwhelm, okay, for you this month. Now, I'm just going to get some more information for you on the mindset piece to see what else they have to say about it. So as you're working, you know, you just got to be watching out for those. The Prince of Discs, yeah. This is, you know, excitement, essentially, about, and forward movement on the physical plane. Thank you. Thank you. This is a grounding energy. So you want to make sure that you understand that Spirit's in control. There is a divine plan. Sometimes this can be a slower pace that happens when you get the Prince of Discs, which is the Knight of Discs here, Knight of Pentacles. So it is forward movement. Clearly your mind is going to be getting some information, insight, etc. But it may not be as fast as you want. And so that's why you have to make sure that you're reconnecting all the time to the divine. As they're telling you, they're going to be leading you. They've got, you aren't meant to think through things. They will lead you, and wow, look at this. Wow, you've got the Prince of Swords. This is the communication mental card, determination, okay? It's about not overdoing it. The balance is going to be needed. The balance between the light that is coming in and these amazing new insights that you want to move forward. You're going to see, oh my gosh, this is what I can do. Oh, I just learned this, or I just took this in, or I just, you know, put that out there, posted that, and it went really well. It's going to get your wheels spinning, your mind turning, and I mean, reliability and determination. It's important to know you have movement in your mind. There's going to be lots of movement in your mind. You got two princes there. Let's see what we've got for this final card in this category. Ooh, they want this. The Four of Wands in the reverse position. They just said, not yet, not yet. So whatever you feel is going on mentally for you, you have to check it. Check it with your intuition. It's just going to be very important for you to do that. The Four of Wands is a celebratory energy where you're able to kind of, you know, give yourself a pat on the back, where you feel like things are coming to culmination, where you're excited and are able to stop and celebrate, bring things together. People, and by all means do that. But them saying not yet here, it's like before it actually comes to physical fruition, if it's in your mind and you have this great idea and you're getting the insights on how to move it forward, just make sure that you're connected. Because as I said, you know, things are on a divine plan and Spirit is claiming that for you. And they're just warning you there. It's very good guidance. Oh, we're looking at, this one popped right out for you. This is the action position. So we'll see what you can do here. Illumination energy. That is the light of elevation. So you clearly are leveling up. This is a big month for you on the physical plane. I'm just listening to what they have to say about this. You will be called. You are going to be in close connection with your team, your management guides, your work guides, these tech guides, anything that the communication guides, they're all going to be working together with you. That's how it's meant, they just said. That's how it's meant to be done. This is the action. So you're going to be leveling up, and it's going to be very important for you to not get ahead of yourself or get too overwhelmed so that you're not be able to step into this action-oriented energy. Action-oriented energy. Let's see what the charm has to say. Oh, yeah. The horse. You got the horse. So forward movement, massive leveling up. This is, you're moving toward success. You're moving toward they're showing me like you know, like a staircase, basically. So you're leveling up. You're taking the next steps up that are needed. You want this here. Whew, wow. Great energy for you there. Group number 1. Let's see what the cards have to say to give us more information on this leveling up. Justice card. I'm just gonna... Okay. The Justice card obviously is a fairness card, you know, what is fair, etc. But what they're saying is this is a wisdom energy for you. You're taking and pulling from the lessons that you're learning. So you've got to be able to take in and then give and receive with your team so that you know where to use your wisdom, how to use it, because it's really going to help you move forward and level up clearly. That is the theme for your action play. So if you were wondering, group 1, are things going to be moving forward for me in February? The answer to that is yes. Yes, it is. And it's going to be based on the wisdom that you have. So to be moving in I want to say a balanced way, because it's not like a just way, but it's basically like what you put into it, you're going to get out of it. So thank you. So if you are overwhelmed, you may feel like you're not able to keep up. And that's why you have to be in connection with those movement guides and paying attention to the divine timing of things, okay? Because you'll just know where to move, what to do, when to look at that, when to go on, what you should, like what topic. Wow, 2 cards just flew right out and they sailed over the table and onto the floor. So I'm just gonna take a second and grab those. Okay, and I'm back. Both of these are upright. Very, very, very powerful cards. Okay, you've got first here the Queen of Wands. She is a beautiful manifester. Whatever she's inspired to do, they're saying, you know, you're using this beautiful wand to bring into existence, part of your service is how they're saying it. So this is, remember, this is a higher purpose energy, a passion energy, a service type of energy, and you will be, look at her. She's like, I am listening and I am channeling, thank you, and I am in service. Okay, boom. High-powered energy. You can definitely bring big things into the world, big things into fruition. You're going to have movement to do that. And of course, the King of Discs, here she has power, but this is the grounded fruition abundance card, right? Material abundance, financial abundance, knowing how to work things on the physical plane, knowing how to take the movement and what you're getting and the know-how and the wisdom and put it into practice to actually do and master it, to master it. The King of Discs, the King of Pentacles, is the master of the suit. So he knows when it's time to move forward. He knows how to, they just said organize again. So organize things so that they are working in perfect order for you specifically. For you specifically. You have a lot of power in your action. This is going to be a very good month for you, career-wise and in your work, okay? You have a lot of power to to start seeing things manifest. But again, it's a co-creation process for you and your spirit team. They want me to turn these. Why? You want me to turn like this? Okay. Spirit. All right, we're gonna move on to your challenge position. What might be challenging you, what you might find like obstacles or a bit difficult or blocking energy. Yes, thank you. Okay, not a surprise here, the Jewels card. The Jewels card is about the facets of yourself, okay? The pieces of yourself, it's the light of self. It's all those pieces that make you up. It's all those pieces, thank you, of wisdom, they're saying. They wanted me to use the word wisdom there. So all of that wisdom that you have, you're gonna be pulling from it. And again, the mental overwhelm is really something to pay attention to because you might know all of these things, but you have to be able to tap in and ask, what what of these, thanks, what of these must I use now? How shall I proceed? How shall you how shall you have me serve, essentially? What shall I use here? What shall I use in this timing? So you're asking your team so that they can guide you forward, because you've got all of these pieces of yourself. Wisdom for days, they just said. And you won't need all of it at once. That's how you're going to step into overwhelm energy. That's why the organization piece, whoa, all three, okay. That's why the organization piece is going to be very important, so that your mind doesn't get ahead of you and try to use everything at once. When you have the Jewels card, you're meant to take them out when you're guided to. Let's see, these three popped out together. The Hierophant reverse, this is kind of speaking to that, which is, because this is like higher counsel, higher wisdom. It can be your connection to spirit. It can be using a mentor. So if you are hopping on social media and learning some things perhaps, or getting some insights from people that you feel you're guided to, when do you need to use that is the question. Shall I use this today? Shall I put this on hold? Do I need to keep this in my back pocket? Do I need to write this down for later? Do I need to implement this right now? So just make sure that you're practicing awareness and continuing to ask around the wisdom that you're gaining in, you know, as you're moving through the month, as it concerns your career. I just want to make sure that you can see all of these cards. Okay. Yes, we didn't. They said stop and pull a charm. Well, these cards just flew out together, y'all. All right, let's pull a charm for you. Closing my eyes. The balloons. Okay. They said the number matters. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 balloons. So the number matters. I don't know why the number might matter. Keep that in mind. That's a little nugget, but I'm not sure what it's about. The balloons are like allowing yourself to dream, allowing yourself to sort of float. Okay, they're asking me to go back to the card, so maybe we'll understand better how they want you to use that type of floating energy. Oh, it's connected to your higher, it's connected to, so you may be sort of running into obstacles or challenges as it concerns all of the wisdom and the pieces of yourself that you have to pull from, as it concerns your bigger vision, is how they're saying it. The King of Swords, I'll show it to you upright. In the reverse position. Again, this is a high-level communicator, high-level strategy, really understanding how and what to do. And so you'll be learning that. You're going to be taking those pieces of yourself that you have to use and learning how to implement them this month. And so don't get ahead of yourself. It's connected to your big dream, they're saying. Okay, thank you. 6. The number 6 matters. So maybe it's 6 months, or you've been doing this for 6 years, or I would just keep that in mind, group 1. Keep that number in mind. If you start seeing 6s, remember this guidance in this position right here, the challenge, the obstacle. You don't want to get ahead of yourself. You're going to get insight on what to do. And, you know, sometimes the King of Swords in the reverse position, if it's like, and in a challenge position, you might get overly, use your words to cut people, or, you know, think you know everything. And that is not the case. You have a lot to pull from, and now it's time to co-create with spirit to be able to use that. None of us know everything. That's impossible. It's not ever going to happen. It's a complete journey, and we're continuing to learn. And they want you in that positioning. You have massive fulfillment, so you've made it to a certain spot, a certain place, a certain marker in your job, career, project, etc., how you're working or in your service, but you still don't know everything. And they don't want you to get into your head or your ego about it and start, like, I don't know, thinking you know everything or being rude to people. Yeah, okay. We'll flip this last card. The perspective card here. Well, this is the hanged. She calls it the perspective card. It's the Hanged Man card. So, and it's upright. Thank you. They just said this is the goal. And so know that whatever obstacles you're facing or whatever challenges you're facing during the month, especially as it concerns the social media energy, moving things forward, leveling up, you will gain a new perspective. It's connected to your bigger dream. You're going to take those, your goal is to take those balloons and let them float you up until you understand from a higher perspective, or you understand it differently. What's going on here? How do I use my wisdom? So you're asking all of these questions instead of, you know, forcefully moving forward as if you know it all, as if you have all the wisdom, you have all the answers, you have everything. That is not the goal. It is not the energy that you're in. Okay, the challenge is to understand that and then gain this higher perspective, this information. So you'll see it from a different way probably by the end of the month. It's connected, like I said, again, they want me to say that. It's connected to your big goal. And remember the number 6, we are going to move on to this success energy. So this is outcome energy where we're seeing success for you, group 1, as it concerns your work career in February. Okay, spotlight card. So here you go. You're going to be in the spotlight big time, right? This is the light of independence. This is stepping into the spotlight, not being afraid to do that, not being afraid to, yeah. They're saying there are some things that you might need to look at changing, but it's not the core of who you are. So your authenticity is called for here with this card. And yeah, it's not the core of who you are. So it's safe for you to step into the spotlight. You're actually going to have much success, especially with the social media track. If you can heed the warnings here, right, and understand your power in a very divine way and the co-creation energy that comes along with it. The spotlight card tells you you have what it takes. You have, well, the wisdom, yes, but you can put yourself out there. It's okay for you to come to the center stage of your life. It's actually time, right? This is where you're going to have success. Now, if this doesn't happen for you through, you know, February, or it's a slow moving energy, and you're kind of putting things together and you're feeling really organized, just know that you're going to be moving into this energy at some point, possibly, because sometimes this is outcome energy with the success. You will have success in it. If it feels like it's slow moving and you start moving into that midway through the month, or, you know, at the end of the month, trust that it's safe for you to move into the spotlight, to be recognized. 5 of Discs. She puts destitution here. This is one of my favorite cards, the 5 of Pentacles. This just tells you you have everything you need. You have the key. It can feel lonely, or like, how am I going to, well, in this case, how am I going to maybe make money from this? Or where is the money going to come from? Or how am I going to actually bring this to fruition? What's this going to look like? And you can feel kind of lonely, sad, etc. Right. They just said it's lonely at the top. That saying, it's lonely at the top. So if you feel like you're in the spotlight, etc., let's see what else they have for us, for you. Just remember, you have the key. When this card shows up, it's like a reminder that you have what you need. You have the wisdom. Because again, if you're feeling overwhelmed and you're not connecting, or you're thinking that you're a know-it-all, and then you reach a spot where you're like, ugh, this doesn't seem to be working out the way I want it to. King of Wands. I mean, yeah, you have power. You have power. The leadership. You've got the Queen of Wands here in your action position, and it moves you into the King of Wands energy and your success position by stepping into the fire, into the spotlight, into the light, group 1. So if you're feeling this kind of energy, that's okay. Practice self, forgiveness. Give yourself a break. Remember then to lift your head back up to, like, right, they're saying, like, everything looks better in the morning, that kind of energy, right? Like, if you have a rough day, or, something doesn't go as you thought it would, something doesn't look as successful as you thought it would turn out to be, remember to pick your head up, get a good night's sleep, pick your head up, forgive yourself, and start the next day, because you have the King of Wands energy. You know, this is a mover, a shaker, a passionate leader, an influencer. Thank you. Yes. And that's why you've got that in this spotlight, you know, card. It's like you're meant to be in the spotlight, to shine your light, to show your passion, to be of service. Whatever it is that you do, it doesn't mean that you're doing that necessarily on social media. You may be using social media to level up at work, in the workplace, to present something to someone, to get in front of a group and share your ideas, or yeah, to run like a class or something like that. You have what you need to do that. It's safe for you to do that. Yeah. It's like bring your passion to the forefront. Remember that you are a leader. Prince of Wands in the reverse position. You've got 3 princes. Lots and lots of wands. Just listening. They're saying things take time, and one spotlight, hold on, let me just get this verbatim. One success doesn't a master make, which is, I wouldn't say it like that, but that's how they're saying it, which means you might like feel like, oh my God, this is moving forward. I'm amazing. I got this thing. This worked out. I put myself into the spotlight and I led and I am amazing. Yes. And then see, that's why you have this celebration here reversed as well. They're like, no, not yet. And this maybe slowed movement. So you might feel that fire, have that thing, and then all of a sudden into the 5 of Discs energy. But please bear with yourself and bear with the timing. Like they said, how they said it, basically what they're saying is one amazing burst of, no, thank you, notoriety or insight or beautiful, perfect presentation. You couldn't have done it any better. Or success does not a master make. So, you know, we're in it for the journey, for the long haul. This is going to be a very forward-moving month for you, group number 1. You're going to be able to receive insights. And as long as you mind the challenge position, right, and mind your mind, you're going to be able to level up. I mean, you will see that happening. You may be offered, you know, opportunity to come to the spotlight of your life, the spotlight in your job, the spotlight in your business, okay? But they're just reminding you here. First of all, they're telling yourself to give yourself a break if things don't go as you thought they would. And that sometimes it takes time. Don't lose that spark. Keep asking about how you're meant to serve. Yeah, they said you're in it to win it. And again with the charm. Here we go. Let's see what the charm has to say. Ooh, there it is. Ooh, the telephone. Yeah, it's like you're gonna have the opportunity. It's like spirit calling, you know, the person calling, you're being called. Thank you. Thank you. You're being called into the spotlight of your life, into the spotlight of your career, into the spotlight of your, and that one time on stage, right, thank you. It's basically them showing me, you know, any kind of entertainer, this is an analogy, of course, for instance, any kind of entertainer does not go on stage the first time and feel amazing and have tons and tons of success, okay? They have worked for that. They have practiced and practiced and practiced and practiced and practiced some more. And even when they think that that went pretty well, they may be beating themselves up about it and trying to get better and trying to get better. And so that's what they're reminding you here in the success position, that you are going to have the opportunity to do that, and it's part of leveling up. But it's not one and done kind of energy, right? It's like show up in the spotlight, see what it is that you're pulling from it, see what it is that you're learning, see what you can do to take the wisdom that you have from the past and show up again when you're called to show up again, because you're being called into the spotlight. And if you feel like, oh my God, that just could have been so much better, or I wish I had done this, I wish I had done that, or if you get into this kind of lack type of energy, just remember things will look better in the morning. To lift your head back up, because you have the key to it. You've just got to make sure that you're in massive co-creation with your spirit team. All right, I am going to close out your reading now with the Sacred Creators card. What does your soul say? So this is purposeful, service-based energy that you are in, group number 1 in your career, okay? They want me to read. Now, this is a question card. This is a question card. I'm just asking if they'd like me to read the question as well. Yes, okay. Just wondering, guys. They want me to read the questions in the description of the card, just to give you some touch points that you can rely on or keep asking yourself to stay connected, clearly for you, to stay connected to your passion, to your soul, to your divinity, to your spirit team. What does your soul say? Are you focusing on the positive and what you have, or are you focusing on what you don't have? Are you busy with hard work, or are you doing easy work that you love? Ooh, that's a good one. Are you running away from a life you don't want, or are you running toward the dream that you do want? What is your primary motivation? What say you, soul? I love that. That's beautiful. What a nice way to end your reading, group number 1. Well, you definitely have massive opportunities showing up for you here. An opportunity to learn, right? Forward movement, to show up in the spotlight and to move things forward in a way that is a co-creation, a guiding force, together with spirit, together with your team. You're going to be making tracks. You're going to be learning all month long. And I hope that you understand that you have success and fulfillment already, and you're going to be, climbing that stairwell. And I really hope you have the most amazing February, leveling up in your career and in your business and working with your spirit team. I hope this served you, group number 1, and if it did, or you found something that resonated with you in this reading, I would really appreciate you liking this video or leaving me a comment down below. And if you know someone else who may need to hear messages from this kind of a reading, please feel free to share it with them. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that the next time that I post a pick a card reading, you'll get notified. Thank you so much, group number 1. Hello, group 2, and welcome to your 2022 February career reading. If you're listening to this, you chose the middle pile with the 7 of diamonds. 7 of pentacles is how I'm reading it. I asked Spirit about it, and they said, you're going to need to have some patience this month. It is your rooted energy. You have been working well and doing a great job, and now you're in a position where you may have to allow the things that you have put into motion to continue to grow fruit. To continue to grow. So this is a very grounded energy. It says, the seeds that you've planted have been growing, and now you're starting to see some of that growth happen. We're going to get a bunch more information for you. Let's start with the Angels in Your Biz card. For the theme, crystal clear, you can be it. All right. You can be it. So you're going to be showing up for sure. Maybe harvesting some of those fruits. Group number 2. Let's see. We're going to use my Divine Shine deck to pull from 4 different positions to get a little bit of information, specific information about what's going on with your business or your career. Crystal clear, you can be it. Yeah, thank you. Motivation guides, big time for you there, group number 2. You're going to be working with your motivation guides, they just said. So, of course, we're talking about career, which means your career guides are going to be present and providing. But they're saying that they're using the motivation guides in conjunction with the career guides are what you're going to really want to pay attention to. The clarity on the outset of, so maybe you, group 2, maybe you have been really receiving some insights there as Mercury is preparing to go direct, station direct here on the 3rd of February. And so, the 3rd matters. Yes, thank you. So retrograde matters for you. The communication retrograde is giving you probably great insights. This it? Yes, thank you. Where you can understand better, you can get clear, or you are getting clear. And your motivation guide is going to help you understand that you can be it, capital. This is the first card we're looking at for your mindset, okay? the dim down card. I'm expecting that you're getting massive insight. We are going to clarify this card. So these are all based on the light. The dim down card is the light of relaxation. It is in your mindset position, group number 2. So they want you to relax, let it flow. Your mind is a stream. Thank you. Your mind is a stream, they're saying. Your mind is a stream. This is how you're going to get crystal clear and understand that you can be. You're not getting stuck. Thank you. On thoughts, relax, relax. Your mind is a stream. So as it concerns your head, if you find yourself nitpicking and just, oh, I can't get off this thought, I can't stop thinking this, we're going to want to be very aware of that for you, especially as it concerns your work. Yes, they said put them down and pick a charm. I oftentimes just want to get right into the guidance of the cards. I forget to pick a charm. Closing my eyes. Let's see. Ooh, independence. A little sparkle. You've got the eagle. Laser focus. Thank you. If you're going to use your mind, this is the energy that you need to be in with the eagle. Too many things going on. It's like, no. When you see things flowing, go ahead and grab what you need to grab, and then you're moving on. You're not going to try to focus your attention on too many things. You're not going to get hung up on things, okay? It's not the goal in your mindset. Breathe. If you find yourself overthinking, this is a focused mindset. This is not a... Yeah, it's not scattered energy in your mind for the month. As it concerns whatever you're thinking about doing or what you're trying to get clear about or what you're becoming in your career, it's all about flow and relaxation, allowing, and then when you get that hit to focus your attention, it's going to be important that you follow that information and you go and you swoop in and you get it and you do it, and then you don't get hung up on it. Wow, King of Cups, control. So this is speaking to your emotions as well. They're telling you, you don't need to you have what it takes, that your mind does not need to upset your emotions. You can actually be very balanced, and it's like, they're saying like, allow your emotions to guide you, allow your mind to create balance. And I don't want to use the word control here because it can be restrictive, right? You're trying to control your emotions. That's not the vibe. That's not what they're trying to tell me. That's not what they're trying to say to you. What they're trying to say is like, your mind affects your emotions, right? The King of Cups is top level, beautiful, compassionate leader, empathy. The things that he thinks, okay, they work for the collective. They work for himself. He puts himself first. He knows how to take care of himself, and he knows how to take care of those around him with compassion, with empathy. He can see that. He's very connected in that way, okay? And so your mind needs to be able to be providing you with thoughts that allow you to step into that King of Cups type of energy, not to create tons and tons of chaos or overwhelm. It's a flowing, it's an allowing, it's a trusting, it's a knowing. Thank you. We'll get some more info here. Thank you. 3 of Disc works. Okay, if you're working with other people, thank you. If you're working with other people, you have to manage other people, you need to talk to other people, you need to collaborate with other people. Make sure that you are planning and not getting stuck in your mind. If you have stuff floating around in your mind around working with other people, it's going to be important to like get it down on paper, flush it out, make sure that you know exactly what it is, and you'll be able to communicate it in a way that feels very grounded, okay, that feels like it works for the whole. Delegate if you need to. They're really showing me somebody like, I don't know, it looks like someone creating a schedule or something. Like you're in charge of the schedule of somebody, and you have to make sure that it works for everybody. Oh, this person needs this day off, and then this person wants that new hours, but they don't like, it's like you're organizing. And so don't let that stuff just hang or float. Don't procrastinate it will clutter up your mind, and it will create tension when you're looking for relaxation and flow for the highest good. So get those things done especially where it concerns other people. If it's just points in your own mind and you kind of work on your own or work by yourself, They just said, Jody, that won't be many people where you don't actually ever have to talk to or involved with anybody else at all, right? Even if you are like a solopreneur, you're still connected to people. The person that's going to deliver your packages, or, you know, the people who are involved with you, you know, on social media or whatever. So it's like, make sure that you're like organizing your mind. They just want it organized in your head so it's not a distraction for you. Get it done. ASAP. So as soon as possible, they just said. So if you know you have to book people out for the month, or you need to switch something up for the month, just get it done. Don't let it float around and clutter up your mind. And finally, the Ace of Swords in the reverse position, the clarity card in the reverse position. This is a warning. Thank you. Your clarity will be stunted. This theme energy. Your clarity will be stunted if you put too much focus, if you have a scattered brain, basically, if you're not focused. The crystal clear energy, that's your theme, group 2. They're telling you here, new insights are going to be available to you, but if you are not flowing, if you're stuck way back here and the ship has sailed on, it's going to stunt you're going to be like, what? I thought up, right? You're going to be, it's like baffled energy. And that's the last thing they want from you. Last thing they want for you, right? Your spirit team wants you to be able to be focused and get those nuggets of clarity. The Ace of Swords energy is new insight, new ways of looking at something, new ways to communicate, new. And so they're warning you there. You don't want it to be stunted because you're procrastinating on doing a schedule for somebody, for instance, or you're only thinking about yourself. You're not being able to think about the bigger whole, and your mind is telling you all these things about like sort of victimizing yourself or whatever. And like, it's creating this emotional turmoil, et cetera, et cetera. You're meant to allow your mind to flow. So if you need to, do some meditations, do some, you know, work around that if it's going to serve you for the month to keep your mind in a flowing state. Yeah, they said leaves on a river. There's a meditation, I believe, that's called like leaves on a river or something like that. Ooh, where you picture yourself taking whatever's in your mind that's kind of cluttering it up and placing it on a leaf and watching it float down the river. All right, so we're going to take a look at your action position where you can take action here. Illumination. If you are being drawn to any other thing, any other card pile, you may want to watch another one. This came up in this exact position for another pile. Illumination. This is the light of elevation. This is level up energy. Looks like many of us are going to be leveling up here in February as a result of getting out of those retrogrades and in some really cool Jupiter influenced energy, I think. But let's see. Ooh, you've got the monkey here scratching his head. Okay. Wow. Your mindset is going to be very important. Very important. Group 2, I'm just listening here. It's an elevation card, the light of elevation. Okay, elevating your mind. That's where your action is. So again, affirmation practice, meditations that help you stay in a relaxed, flowing mental state. They want you to focus on your mind and take action in your mind. You can be it. It's like if you don't believe that, group 2, you need to focus on elevating your mindset. And that will actually elevate your belief system. Do you want both of these? No, big no. Okay. Let's get some more information on this. Elevating your mindset. Crystal clear, I mean, that often has to do with, you know, air, stuff coming in. We do have that beautiful Aquarian moon at the beginning of this month, so that may be bringing something in for you as well, group 2. Yeah, everybody's nodding, so, ooh, it's that one, thank you. How do you want it? This? No, this way. Okay. The Death card, upright. Beautiful. The Death card is not a bad card. The Death card is actually a wonderful card. It means if you have been carrying around a negative mindset or have been saying stuff to yourself that just isn't true, doesn't serve you, spirits, your team's done with it. They're telling you now. We are telling you to elevate your mindset. It's time for you to do that in your work and career. If you thought you couldn't do it, if you thought you weren't worthy, if you thought you were incapable, you didn't have enough this, you didn't have enough that, whatever, it's a lie. They want you to stop believing the lie. It's coming to an end. There's a death happening in your head. There's a death happening in your mind, and it's for the best. Let's see what else we have coming through here. The death is going to elevate you to another level. Because, yeah, it's like, if you do not have an affirmation practice, I highly suggest it. That's an acute, go check out my Belief Reset Challenge if you want something for free. That's an acute practice for 21 days, but you can just do it on your own. That will guide you through it. Take what you will from it. Head to my website. It's right on the top there. You can sign up for it and get access to it free. Make sure you bookmark the page if you're on it. If you sign up for it, bookmark the page somewhere where you can get back to it. But that's what you, like an acute 21 days will shift anything, especially your thoughts. And this is ending. Thank you. They just said whether you like it or not. So you are going to feel in like resistance energy or it's like conflict. If you don't relax into the new mindset that's being presented to you. Yes, see change. Balance change is happening as a result of this belief system, thought process ending. Elevation in your mind, group 2. Done? Done? Yes. And shift in perspective. Wow. I mean, it couldn't be any more clear. You're going to see differently. You're going to rise up. Massive elevation in your mindset is going to provide amazing things for you in the future. And February is your month to do it. Mind heavy for you, group 2, but hey, everything starts with our thoughts. That's how we bring things into existence. The vibration of our thoughts really does affect everything because we are energy. And sometimes we kind of miss, like, we don't even realize we're thinking certain things. So you've got to pay very close attention. A certain belief system or mindset that you've carried for possibly a very long time is coming to an end. Change is going to happen. It's going to balance out your life. It's going to make you feel so much better. Thank you. Rooted and grounded. 2 of discs. Rooted, grounded change. Change in your root, which is your belief system, right? Like your belief system is the root of the energy that you are putting out there and you are attracting in on. And look at this, the perspective card. This is a beautiful card. This is the Hangman card. A new perspective, surrender to spirit, surrender to what is happening, surrender to this closure, this ending. Something, yeah, like a rebirth is happening in your mind and your belief system. Those things that you thought were impossible or thought that you were not worthy of or couldn't do, that's not the case anymore, group number 2. This is your challenge card here. White light. This is a protection energy. Yeah, they said some of them are scared. So you might be a little bit of afraid here to embark upon what really feels like a new beginning, a new path, etc. The white light card asks you to remember that you are protected and supported, and you can actually start a protection practice is what they would like you to do. This is in your challenge position, so you might feel like I'm all alone, right? I don't feel protected. I don't feel guided. I feel like something's happening and I'm really scared and I don't know if this is gonna work or if this is gonna change things in my life. The answer to that is yes. That's why 21 days is an amazing start. It actually solidifies the shift. It will be up to you after that, of course, to carry it forward and to move it forward. You are completely protected. Understanding that, practicing that, and calling in your team in any way you can is going to be important for you. It may feel hard because it's in your challenge position. Let's see. The anchor. It will, okay, so ground, thank you. The anchor is a grounding charm. So you want to anchor, ground, and protect yourself, right? That's what you're gonna need to do. Again, you might feel ungrounded. This is in your challenge position. This might be difficult for you, but the truth is that if you shift your mindset around what's difficult, thank you, and what isn't, you know, they're like, this is kind of a trick. Yeah. Thank you. They just nodded. Confirmation. This is kind of a trick for you there, group number 2, because they're telling you to shift your mindset to remain focused and relaxed. Don't block yourself. Crystal clear. You can be it. And a major change is happening. And then they put this in your challenge position. Are you protected? Are you grounded? Are you connected? Are you grounded? This practice will just So make sure that's part of your mindset practice. I'm protected. I am in full divine protection at all times. I am completely grounded and connected at all times. Put those practices, look them up, right? They just said, look them up. Look up grounding practices, look up protection practices, and see what you get called to. If you allow it, it will be very clear to you which ones will work for you so that this doesn't even challenge you anymore. It doesn't feel, so you don't feel so alone, or you don't feel scared, or you don't feel like you're not supported and protected. The moon, connection. Yeah, sometimes this can be like a secret, they're saying the word nervous, so that's what I was gonna say, but a secret type of card. It's like the darkness, right? And things being illuminated that we might not want to look at, but you're getting the moon card with the light. And so the light of the moon is going to help you for sure. You're going to see things like you haven't seen them before, and that's okay. And if you're a little bit afraid, trust the best you can. Trust your intuition and trust your team to guide you. It's beautiful energy. It may be difficult. Like I said, it's not like, I'm not going to, this is the positioning. I got to tell you, I got to read the positioning appropriately, but we all are intuitive beings, okay? And we can all connect, and you are group 2. And that's how you get the clarity, when you're grounded and you're protected and you're trusting your intuition. And although that may be challenging for you, or maybe it has been in the past, you can shift that anytime you want. Thank you. King of Swords. In the reverse position. You don't know everything, right? They just said that. You don't know everything. They're just saying they're clear communication. So, oh, thank you. They're saying it's a double negative. That's what they're telling me. Meaning, you've got this in a challenge position, which just writes it. Boop. It writes the card. It's like it's a double negative, which is right. Or right, exactly. So you're gonna be at the top of your clarity game if you allow. You've got this King of Swords in the reverse position, in your challenge position, which means you will have access to the insights, you will have access to the connections. You don't know it all, just ask. Get in touch with your intuition, know that you're connected, divinely protected, and anytime you want, just anchor yourself, do those grounding practices. You will be able to step into high level receiving and communicate it if you want. If you want. They just said, remember the root, which is the 7, right? What we talked about at the beginning, which is realizing that you've planted some seeds here and now you're going to be able to see them grow. Thank you. If you've been asking Spirit, if you've been asking for help, if you've been asking for clarity, it is coming. You, King of Swords, reversed, basically, which is upright. Master of the suit, being able to strategize, using your intellect, being a good, solid communicator. This way? Okay. And last but not least, in the challenge position, 2 of Wands, the planning card, reversed again. So yeah, the communications that are gonna come in are gonna help you to start putting a plan together, to start feeling like, okay, I understand this now and I can get things in order. Right, they're reminding me of the making the schedule analogy. So it's like, you know what to do. You're going to have the clear communication if you allow it. The only thing that's going to stop you is your own mindset, which is why they're telling you it's best to put an acute practice in place when you have this kind of guidance coming through, especially as it concerns your career, because you want clarity. You want to know that you can move forward. And if there's been something blocking you that's coming to an end, I mean, you have what it takes. You have been a leader. But I think there's a way to, it feels personal. Like if you've been leading others, now it's like you're stepping into something very different, where Spirit is totally protecting you and helping you to level up first in your mind and your energy. And this will then allow them to bring different kinds of opportunities into your life that you may have thought were not available to you. Thank you. And success Bam! Explosion. Okay. This is the detachment card in this deck. The Light of Detachment is about letting go and not being afraid to do that. Or thank you, doing it anyway, they just said. So even if you are afraid, being able to let go and detach from old thoughts, number one for you, group 2 this time around, old thoughts or old ways of being, old positioning. Thank you, old positioning. So if you're moving it to a different position, perhaps in your work or in your job, or if you want to take on a different, like a different schedule, a different level of doing something. If you want to get involved in something else, it's okay to detach here is what they're saying. You may be working on that. You're going to have success in it. If you take on everybody's stuff, which sometimes can happen, the King of Cups here in your mindset energy with a relaxation to dim down card, it says sometimes you might take on people's stuff like it's your own. That's not a good idea. You're going to be able to actually have success in kind of taking better care of yourself and your connection and your thoughts about yourself. Yeah, it feels like you're a big giver, group 2, which is wonderful. And people really admire you for that. Oh, we got 2, I think. Yeah, we got 2. All right, 2 charms. Oh my God. I mean, it's reiteration. Here are your cheerleader guides showing up with the cheerleader charm. They're motivation guides. So career guides and motivation guides working together, as we said at the beginning, right? And then the watering can is always about thoughts. What kind of thoughts are you watering in your mind? You planted seeds, clearly, because we're seeing things grow. It's an important piece of your February as it concerns your work and what you believe you are capable of in that department, to go back and see what you planted and see what you've been watering, detach from the ones, or dig up, actually visualize yourself digging things up that are not working, that thoughts that don't work for you in the garden of your mind, and start watering new ones. They're saying you can do this. Your guides, your cheerleader guides, which are the massive support guides, right? They're going to be, I mean, all of our guides are support guides, but the cheerleader guides are motivation energy. Like, yeah, and they're super positive. So they're going to be really helping you go, no, it's not mine. It's not mine. Actually, it's not mine to take on. It's not mine to think about. I'm going to let it go. I'm going to actually yank it out of my thought garden, and I'm planting something new, and I'm planting something different, or I'm returning to my affirmation practice, or I'm going to remember what I want to say to myself and not what I've been saying, because that's just not true. It's just not true. It has to go, right? It has to go. You have a lot of support, as always, but they're just showing up big time for you. Group number 2. Let's see here. Okay, again, if you are drawn to another pile, feel free to go watch that. We've got some repeat cards, so there's, it's not weird to have that, right? Because energy is energy, affects sort of everyone collectively, sometimes in the same way. So we've got the 5 of discs here, 5 of discs here, 5 of pentacles. This card is about, well, she puts destitution. Just feels sometimes like you're alone. They're saying that, given the detachment card here that you've got, oh yeah. Given the detachment card that you have, you may feel like, oh, I don't know if this was the right choice. I don't know if this is the right answer for me. I'm not sure what I'm doing. Or where's the abundance? Or, how am I going to do that? Ask those questions to your team. You've got the cheerleader guide, and they may say to you just straight up, don't worry about that, please. Leaves on a stream, leaves on a stream. You don't need to worry about that. You have the key. You just want to remember that. The Princess of Cups tells you, refocus on your dreams. If you have a bad day, or if you're feeling really down and out and going like, I don't know how I can do this. I don't feel like I can. I don't feel like I'm capable. If you kind of sink back into what's trying to go, if you sink back into that energy, then they want you to refocus on what it is you love, what it is you truly want. The Princess of Cups is a beautiful energy that it's like cheers to you. You have a beautiful empty cup, and you have wonderful insights and dreams. And so if you're feeling, that just totally floated away, which I will go and grab it. But if you have lost sight of your dreams, they want you to actually bring them back around so that you can detach from this kind of energy, like, oh, I don't know if I'm ever gonna get there, if I'm gonna have the help I need, etc. It's what they said for the other group was like, it'll look better in the morning. So give yourself a break if you're in that energy at a point or two during the month, and then remember your dreams and wake up and remember, oh yeah, I can be it. That's right. I love myself. And that's what this is about. Loving yourself, loving your dream, giving yourself that compassion and that drive, and talking to these guides for motivation. All right, give me a minute. I'm going to go get that card. Okay, and I'm back, and we've got the Three of Cups for you. Group number 2. That is telling you to get together with people that love you and celebrate you. Celebrate your dreams. Yeah, they're like wanting you to get together and kind of not only have fun, but the way that they're giving that to me is that they want you to share, like, your biggest goals, your biggest hopes. Share it with people that you trust, right? Don't go telling it to everybody because you might get a bad reaction. But if there's someone who's open and loves you, then feel free to get together with them and share that. You know, this is on the detachment card. So you're going to be detaching from people that don't love you, that don't want to celebrate you for exactly who you are, and who are not open to hearing your stuff or think poorly of you, or like project negativity onto you, etc. So find those people and make a point during this month to share just one thing that you've dreamt about, or just one aspiration that you have, or one goal that you have for yourself in your career. Make sure that you're sharing even just a bit, because they're saying like the positive energy feeds that mindset. When you say something to somebody, when you share with somebody one of your goals and dreams, and they say, oh my God, you could totally do that. That is an amazing idea. I can't wait to see it come to fruition. It feeds the energy of positivity and this kind of, I can be it. Oh, I can do it. You know, you don't want to rely solely on someone else for validating your dreams, but they're asking you to share, to keep your dreams alive and to share. Even if you're having those bad days, remember, what I plant in my thought garden is what I'm going to grow in my life. And so I'm going to focus on my dreams and what I love to do and being of service and being connected to my passion. Even if you're involved in something like a job that you don't love so much right now, or you don't feel like it's connected to your passion, you have planted seeds and you've got rooted growth energy. So you might not be able to see it yet, but the roots are taking shape. They're being nurtured, and it will grow into something. First, this has to happen. You're leveling up in your mindset, and that needs to happen for you, group number 2, before you can sort of fully realize that. And it's all over your career spread this time for this month, that it's a leveling up in your mindset and getting clarity there about who it is you are, who you're going to believe that you are, what you're going to say to yourself about who you are and your dreams. And that's what's going to shift for the future to really start to see these sprouting. Now, to close out your reading, let's look at the Sacred Creators card and give you some questions that you can ask yourself throughout the month. This is crazy. Ambush fear with your ferocious dream. Ambush fear with your ferocious dream. I mean, that couldn't be any more perfect. Beautiful message for you there. Straight up. Talk about motivation, guides, showing up with a beautiful message to close out your reading. Now, they just want me to read the questions that are connected to this card for you, group 2. So you can ask yourself these questions throughout the month if things pop up, right? Talk to your team, ask your divine self, stay connected. Ambush, I like that word. Fear with your ferocious dream. Okay, fear is a nasty naysayer. How do you respond when it screams mean girl insults like, I'm not good enough, I'm not ready, I look like shit? Why would they listen to me? What if I fail? How often do you move ahead in spite of fear? How are you making sure that the desire to reach your dream is definitely and infinitely bigger than the fear you may have of taking a risk? Woo! Overcoming fear for you and really shifting your mindset and your beliefs as it concerns your career, your job, your passion, how you're going to show up in service in the world for you, group number 2. I hope you have a wonderful February, leveling that up and really stepping into and believing in your dreams. I hope that this served you, group number 2, and if you found something resonated with you in this reading, please let me know by giving it a like or leaving me a comment down below. And if you know someone else who may benefit from this kind of a reading, please feel free to share it with them so they can receive the messages that are intended for them to receive. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that the next time that I post a pick a card reading, you'll get notified. Thank you so much, group number 2. Hello, group 3, and welcome to your February 2022 career reading. So today we're going to get some information on your career. And if you're listening to this, you chose the third pile all the way to the right with the 3 of Diamonds card. This is about help. 3 of Pentacles energy is about getting and receiving help from others, really congregating together and working together to meet a specific goal. And this is your base energy. So community is going to be a thing for you as far as your career is concerned for the month of February. You're definitely going to want to employ the help of others. And this could be, you know, working in groups, getting together with a specific community, talking to another person, seeking out a mentor. Yes, especially as it concerns the physical plane. So people, groups, your tribe, you may be finding new people that really align with what the work that you're doing, or I think you may be calling in people to your tribe that really get you and what you're trying to accomplish and what you're trying to bring to fruition. So let's see from the Angels in Your Biz deck what your theme is all about for February for your career. Ooh, to simplify, how can this be easy and fun? How can this be easy and fun for you? Group number 3. So simplicity in asking for the simplest solution, the simplest way forward, simplifying, organizing, and making sure that you're connected to your heart center when you're doing that. That's what the fun piece is all about. Spirit always wants us to be light, especially as it concerns our work, our career, our service, the projects that we're involved in. And so they're giving you just the green light on simplifying everything, making things as simple as possible, going from A to B instead of zigzagging around. That's what your theme for the month is. That's what you're going to be looking to accomplish in all areas of your work. So now we're going to get a little bit more information. 4 different categories for you. This is my Divine Shine deck. I created this with the light. So everything is pulled with the idea of a light connection or connected to the light. Now, I only need 4, and I'm gonna ask. They're saying the bottom 4 and the top is a bonus, so we're gonna set the deck aside. Yeah, let's, okay, set that bonus there, just because I think we're gonna look at that first. We'll just place these out then? Yes, okay. So this is your mindset energy. This is action and energy. Move the charm bowl a bit. What might be challenging you here? And success energy. Let's see what this bonus card is for you. Ring of Fire. Ooh, love that for you. This is the light of repetition. It's also the cycles card in this deck. Basically what it means is you've got things that are going on and on and on that are going to be illuminated for you to help you understand why it's happening, possibly to bring cycles to an end. And you're going to start to be very aware of the cycles that are repeating. And it asks you to ask yourself the question, do I want to keep this going? Do I like the way this is happening? Is this cycle a positive, successful cycle for me? Or does this feel like it's hindering me or bringing me down? Or is it a negative cycle? So sometimes this shows up like habits, and things like that can come into play where, you know, you want to look at what you're doing on a repetitive basis. You also want to pay attention to repetition with messages from spirit, repetition in your life that is serving you so that you can decide what it is that you want to keep and what it is you want to release. I'm replacing this here. Set it aside for now. Okay, I'm going to set this aside just for now, and we'll see what else they want us to do with that. Yeah, at the end. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Just getting clarity there for you. Let's start with your mindset position and see what we've got here. Ooh, the diamond card for you in your mindset position as it concerns your career this February. The diamond card is the Light of Pieces. This card talks about the facets of yourself that are connected to you and the roles that you play. And for this to be in a mind position, you know, they want you to be aware, first and foremost, of all of the different roles that you may be needing to step into, thank you, possibly on a daily basis. So you may be, you know, a mother and a sister and a wife and a business owner and so all of the roles that you currently play. This card also talks about allowing yourself to understand, because it is in the mindset position for you, group 3, allowing yourself to understand that you have facets of yourself that are connected to divine wisdom. And so the different guides that you have on your spirit team will help you access that wisdom if you would like. And also, if you are in your mind talking to yourself in, you know, different voices, or if you're noticing that you feel like you're getting these nuggets from spirit and they're speaking to you in a way that feels really comfortable or authentic to you, it's probably a guide that's connected and talking to you in that way in a certain area of your life so that you can understand it. It's providing you connection to your higher wisdom as well. So your mind is, clearly they want your mind on board, understanding how the different pieces and parts of you and the roles that you play matter. Let's see what charm we have here for you, group 3. Oh, I'll just set that down so we can see. So the measuring cup. The measuring cups. This is all about details. Details. So the intricate parts and pieces and roles that you play, they may need to be looked at and assessed, especially so that your logic can understand it, so that your mind can get a hold of it and understand how to manage, maneuver. Oh, that's it there. They're saying manage and maneuver. Okay. Let's just get a little more info for you there with that card. Group number 3. Okay, thank you. The Strength card in the reverse position. I'm just going to get them all out, I think, here first. Okay, you want this too? This too. Okay, there they all are. I believe we have this one first. The Sorrow card, the 3 of Swords. This is going to be a painful card. And the 10 of Wands in the reversed position. So that's a good sign. Okay, if you've been having, thank you. If you've been questioning, thank you, is what they're saying. If you've been questioning your roles that you're playing, how you can do it all, how you're able to show up, and how are you going to manage all of this, and you've been overwhelmed by that or feeling like you're just not strong enough, or if you've been extra tired, okay, previously, your mind is telling yourself a story about that they're wanting to shift. So if you've been feeling like, oh my God, this is literally causing me so much pain, and this is so difficult, and that's what you've been telling yourself, they want you to understand that you're actually very strong of mind, that you can overcome the burden of all of the roles that you're playing and access the wisdom that you need. And they really, this feels like a very like your mind needs the clues. Your mind needs to understand this, as opposed to like stepping into a certain mindset. It's almost like what they're saying is once your mind understands this, you're good to go. So yes, it may be painful. There may be painful thoughts that are coming up in your head. It may be hard, difficult. But what they're saying is you're definitely strong enough, and your mind needs to understand that. You need to say that to yourself and make sure that your mind is on board with that. The tiny little details and the tiny little phrases and the tiny little things that you say to yourself are going to matter, especially around the roles that you play in your life and in your work. It's going to matter how you talk to yourself and it's like the labels that you place on yourself are going to matter. If you felt burdened, you're coming out of that now. The 10 of Wands is carrying a burden energy. You're getting it reversed, which means they're saying your mind's going to be relieved. You actually are going to be able to come out of that. It may be like I said, it may feel painful to have experienced this or to try and work it out, but you're strong enough to do that. And the details are what are the key for you, group 3. The details, the tiny little words you're using. If you're using, for instance, the word, just pay attention to, they're saying to pay attention to words that are extremes. Look for the extremes in your mindset, the things that you're reiterating to yourself, or even just the things that you're saying about yourself or about your work, okay? It's going to be very important to notice the small little words that you're saying that are in extreme. I never do this. They never show up on time. They, don't help me out. I have to do everything. You see, everything is a very extreme word. It's not likely that you're having to do everything, right? It may feel that way. But it's not the actual truth. Logically, right? So your mind needs to understand something different, that these words that you're saying to yourself about the roles that you're playing specifically in your career or in your business, and as it concerns the other parts of your life. So like how your career and how your business and how your work makes a difference in your home life. When you're saying things like this to yourself that are not great, or that are causing you unneeded pain and suffering, or causing you to carry extra burden, or causing you to feel like you're not strong enough, it matters. The details of the words matter. So just be like a word master. Be on high alert in your mind what you're saying to yourself, because it's affecting all of your roles and your access to your higher wisdom that you already have. Those facets of yourself know things, but if you're bombarding your mind with the pain, it's going to block the strength and the ability to fire things up, being able to make moves, etc., and everything really. So notice the details in your head. Make sure you're saying positive, kind things about yourself, because you are definitely strong enough, and you are going to be dropping this burden, especially in your head. You have the ability to do that, but you have to pay attention. You have to pay attention to those small little words and the extreme words that can be causing you unneeded suffering. All right, let's take a look at your action position. What can you do? Oh, this is beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. The Shooting Stars card is the light of dreams. And so they're telling you the action that you need to take right now, especially as it concerns your career and what it is that you want for your future in work and your purpose and your service to others. And like I said, to like your family or your close friends or yourself. Thank you. Or yourself. What do you want? The Shooting Stars card is the light of dreams. So this is in your action position, which means they want to hear about it. They want you to be spending time dreaming and envisioning for yourself what it is that feels really, really good, right? This fun energy. It doesn't have to be difficult. It's meant to be enlightening and inspiring and exciting. So making time to dream, that is an action position. It seems like dreaming isn't an action, I suppose. To some, Spirit said. To some, dreaming is not an action. In this case, it is. What kind of career do you want? Where do you want to work? Who do you want to work with? You've got the kangaroo. How do you want to hop forward? What are you willing to fight for? They just said that. So what do you want and what are you willing to fight for? What do your dreams look like? How do they make you feel? Have you been taking time to dream? Because you're being asked to do just that this February, especially as it concerns how you're showing up in the world in service or aligned with your purpose or passion. So if you're in a job that you don't love so much, it may be time to start looking into how you want to feel. Look at this, King of Discs. So, excuse me, they're telling you, you know, your dreams have power, number one, and that they want, thank you, they want you to actually vibe them out, like imagine them as if they're already in existence, as if you already have them, as if you're already grasping them in your hands. Yes, thank you. The world, see how he has the world in his hands, that they're bringing my attention to that on purpose. It's like they want you to envision the life that you want, the work that you're doing, the work that you want to do, excuse me, and the being very aligned and feeling good and feeling like things are not hard, right? Like it's not hard. It's actually, it's simple and I feel good in it. Imagine it as if you already have it. Group 3, as if you already have it. When you look at your life, the day-to-day, thank you. Thank you, okay. So this is like a practice that they're giving me. It's like when you look at parts of your life, the day-to-day, they're saying, imagine even just one time a day, pick out a piece of your day and imagine doing what it would feel like and what it would look like to do exactly what you love or to see something that has come into that space as a result of living your dream or that bigger vision that you have or doing the work that you really want to do. So like, what could you afford that would then appear in your space? Or what would you have the ability to do? Where would you be driving? You know, that kind of thing. Who would you be talking to? Before you actually do what you're doing, they want you to take at least once a day to envision something already in your space that has to do with, as if you're already experiencing it, that has to do with your dream. Thank you. Princess of Discs in the reverse position. Manifestation. They're saying it will come. That's how they're saying it. So just because you imagine it, right, it doesn't mean the next day you're going to wake up and see it. So don't be discouraged by the act of visualization. Like some people say, you know, well, it doesn't matter, right? Why would it matter if I'm envisioning something in my space? It's not there. It's not there, so it doesn't matter. And they're saying, don't be discouraged, actually. When you do envision it and act as if you already have it, what happens is you align with a different frequency, which allows your spirit team to start orchestrating on your behalf to pull in on that energy, to bring the manifestation in on that energy. So just because you envision it once, don't give up hope. Don't be discouraged, as they're saying. Yeah, right. They're saying this to tell you about. Oftentimes it takes practice and there's a waiting or a checking. It's like a checking energy that spirit kind of goes through or runs through with us. When we start to change the way that we see our world or we think about ourselves or our world and what we want to do. And so they'll wait and go like, oh, that's nice. She said it for those couple of days, but we don't know that she really believes that. So we'll wait and see if she reverts back or if she's going to change that rooted energy for us to bring in on a different vibration or a different frequency. So keep visualizing all month long. Do it all month long. Do not expect that it's going to manifest directly the next day. You do it once. Your team is going to look to see if you really mean it or if you're really able to, essentially, if you're really able to shift that energy. This. Okay. And lastly, in this position, new perspective. Perfect. That's the Hanged Man card. That they're saying the break is needed. So the break in your mind is actually needed to dream, to enlighten. Right, enlighten, they're saying. And this will allow you to see things from a different point of view. You may start to see things beginning to manifest by the end of the month. They may be small things. Your mind may be more open. You might get new insights, right? You might actually see manifestation as you have the King of Discs there as a result of it. But again, heed the warning. It may not come the day after. This is like the month-long practice for you, is to visualize what it is that you want, get clear about your dream. It doesn't need to be complicated, right? It's not complicated. It's supposed to be fun and easy to dream. It's supposed to be simple. You don't have to add in all these crazy things if you don't have that. How do you want to feel? What does that look like? What is your heart's desire? Where do you really want to work? What do you really want to be doing? Full time. It takes up all your time and you feel so good about it. That's the goal for you for the month, group 3. That is the action they're asking you to take, and the point of it is to come out with a different perspective and take the break that is needed there. Let's look at your challenge position. Ooh, the Sunlight card. The Sunlight card is the light of masculinity. This has to do with our masculine energy and action. So I am definitely gonna look into the clarification of this because, ooh, oh my goodness. Wow. Look at that sun, if you've ever seen one. Boom, boom. So the Magician card just coming right out. The Magician is around manifestation, literally, and being able to bring into your existence what it is that you want. Knowing you have a connection and the ability to do that. Now, of course, this is in your challenge position, double sunlight. You may be questioning the success that you have, your ability to manifest things, your ability to take action, that they just said. So your ability to act upon it and actually bring it in. So to receive an opportunity and then be able to say yes to it without, fear. Stop? No. I need a charm, but they're saying no. The Six of Wands, success energy. Reversed in the challenge position is basically the upright energy of this card, which is about showcasing, people acknowledging you, or you acknowledging yourself is really what it is. Thank you. They just said acknowledge your success. Acknowledge your success. So it may be a challenge for you to do that. What have I been able to accomplish? What have I been able to manifest already? Because if you're getting challenged by that in your head, it's like they're basically telling you, group 3, you may start down this line of like, I haven't been able to do that yet, or I haven't brought that to fruition. I haven't been able to manifest things. I'm so burdened and it's heavy. Well, that's going to be lifting very soon here. If it hasn't already, you've got a month of simplicity ahead of you that allows for real clear connection and some joy energy to come in, where you are being asked here to, it's like the challenge is lifted, the obstacle is moved around when you are able to acknowledge what you've already been able to manifest, because you've already been able to attain success in certain areas. You've already taken actions that have resulted in great things for yourself. Find out those pieces. That's how you're going to be able to move around any kind of block that has to do with taking action, or fear of taking action, or a belief that says that you can't manifest your dreams, that you're not capable, etc. That's why they want you in an action position that isn't physical action. This challenge here tells you, you may be challenged by taking physical action at this time. They want you to focus on what you've already taken action on that has been successful, so that you can reiterate to yourself a different story, right? And keep dreaming. And lastly, yes, Ace of Wands energy. So see, it's like, I don't have the insights. Yeah, I don't have the insights to take action. This can be a very quick moving energy. So just beware that you might have these sparks coming up that are telling you, Well, if you're, thank you. If you're focusing on the things that maybe began but didn't get completed, or the things that you have tried to do but didn't feel like they came completely to fruition, they want you to revert your attention to the things that have come to fruition, the things that you have done well, things that you have realized success energy in, that have felt good, that felt really easy and fun and good. Two. You've got the dolphin energy. And the hook. Ooh. Oh my. Oh my. I can't believe I just said that. Oh my. That's not a good idea, is it? That dolphin with the hook there. We don't want dolphins on the hook. We want dolphins to separate them, they said. Like this? Okay. The dolphin wants to have fun and to be free and to congregate with others and play. This is not a heavy energy. You're going to get out of the challenge. You get yourself off, like don't hook yourself into these things, right? You're going to get off the hook by playing. I'm going to try to hook that fun, take away all the fun, take away all the play. That's not the goal. You'll move through and around your challenges and your obstacles this month, especially if you're feeling like things aren't working out the way I want them to in my work. If you're feeling like, am I going to meet this? Am I going to bring things to fruition actually? And you're focusing on that and it's got you hooked in. The trick is to play and to notice what's already been successful for you. Group number 3, it's going to be important that you recognize this obstacle challenge energy because you're being given the answer for February to get around it. If things are heavy in your workplace or heavy at your job and it's bringing you down and you're like, I feel like I just can't do anything right. It's like, I start something and it doesn't, whatever the narrative is that's hooking you into negativity, bring it back to your success. Notice your success. Reflect on it. So look it over and see how was that successful, right? And then, yes, if need be, like step into lightness, play a game, have some fun. If you can do that at work, you'll move around obstacles or heavy kind of stalled type of energy, right? Because this is action energy. You're talking about bringing things in and moving things. If it feels stalled, take the time to simplify and have some fun. It will get you off the hook, literally. Okay, let's see what's in your success position. The Jewels card for you there. This is a beautiful energy, these two together. This Diamond card and the Jewels card together because they're very similar. The Diamond card always talks about the facets of self, really heavy connection to your spirit team and how you're channeling in wisdom and how you're using the wisdom in the different roles of your life. And so you've got this understanding here with the details in your mind for yourself, group number 3. The Jewels card is a beautiful card that is the light of self. These are the pieces within yourself, the authentic, beautiful jewels that you are able to bring to the light and show off, right? And allow people to kind of see. It's like this piece of me, this piece of me. It's the physicality piece of this. This is the high level connection. So they're very similar energy. This one deals more with the physical representation, the expression of it, right? Like your sun sign. And how you're outwardly, your personality, how you're outwardly expressing yourself in those little beautiful sparkly pieces of yourself that people can get to know or that you show people. And so clearly you've got this in the success spot. So they're going to be wanting you to show some of those pieces of yourself off, those wonderful pieces. When you feel like this and you're aligned with your dreams and you're dropping the burdens of your mind and paying attention to how you're talking to yourself and you're stepping into simplification and going like, this doesn't have to be hard. This can be easy and this can be fun. These little beautiful pieces of yourself, or maybe, thank you, the Spirit said, or maybe they're big pieces of themselves. So these beautiful pieces of yourself can come out into the world and be seen First of all, obviously by yourself. So noticing your own jewels, which you'll be able to do because this is in your success position. And also then being able to bring it to an external world and let other people observe and notice the successes or those pieces of yourself that you feel really good about, that sparkle and shine, bringing those into the light to be observed by others. Let's see what the charm is for this card for you, group 3. Ooh, yes. It's the eagle charm. They're talking about what you do well. Sometimes the eagle is like independence energy. It also could be like laser focus and precision. Oh, thank you. Yeah, they're giving this to me like an independence energy and the soaring, the flying. The flying, yes. So it's like a release, being able to feel more free to express yourself as an individual, to be independently yourself, right? The light of self, to allow those jewels to come out into the light and to fly. It's like a freedom type of energy. And so this is your success position. So this is what you have the ability to step into. At work, you can allow those things to shine. Those parts of yourself that sometimes you might think, need some polishing or that need to be kept hidden. They're saying, no, let them out. Let them soar. Don't be afraid to do that. You want this? No. Let's get a little more information in this success position for you, because those facets of yourself, you're connecting in your mind if you allow, focusing on those details, and then yeah, it's like just allowing yourself to shine. You will have success if you do that. People will be able to see that, but it comes from within first. And so that's why they want you in this like high-powered, notice your success kind of energy. Okay. Yeah, King of Cups. She has control on this card, but the King of Cups is about beautiful, compassionate leadership and bringing people together and in a way that observes. It's like this, yes. That community energy that we spoke about that is at the root of it. If you allow yourself to shine, people will recognize you as the King of Cups energy, a compassionate leader who actually cares and who's doing things for the collective and knows what they're doing and has these great ideas or these great successful like plans, I guess, for lack of a better word, or strategy energy. But it's just compassion. It's like listening, thank you. It's like being able to listen to somebody and then having other people listen to you and respect you. And it's not topsy-turvy kind of energy. It's a control that allows balance in all areas, in your mind, in your emotional body, in your physical body. It feels like a balanced energy. So if you allow yourself to bring those jewels out and those pieces of yourself out into the world, especially out into your work or your business, if you allow those to shine and soar, you step right into this high-powered energy that feels warm, but also intact, and to be, they're saying to be admired, but especially to be acknowledged, and it's like respected. The Prince of Wands, beautiful. So you probably see some movement there then. It's a fiery energy, looking to the future and really ready to go, ready to move, feeling inspired, ready to go. Love that. They're like, this is the result of these things, right? You're going to get this energy as the result. You're going to feel really empowered and in control because you're showing the authentic pieces of yourself and you're allowing them to come out. And then you're gonna feel much more inspired and ready to move. So possibly by the end of February, you might feel like I am making some moves in work. I am shifting some things. I have the new perspective on what it is that I truly want. And that is going to allow me to move forward in a way, or actually make some moves and take some action, manifest things, right? Let's just look at this up right here. The Three of Wands, interesting card to have here in the reversed position, right on the back of this Prince of Wands energy. Now, the Three of Wands is about being able to hold the vision and know that it's going to come. It's going to come. If you stay in the simplicity energy, that it will come, that you'll know when it's time to step into the action piece of the ask, that when you're asked to take action, that you'll be able to do that. You really have a community energy, so people will be helping you along. Notice the people that are coming into your life, the messengers that are helping you to understand how to simplify or how to be a little more lighter, or who are sparking certain dreams for you, recognition of dreams, and who are like noticing those beautiful pieces of yourself, that maybe you don't always let shine out in the world. So they're telling you here that when you're in this successful energy, you've allowed your jewels to shine. By the end of the month, it really feels like you will feel inspired. This card is telling you, keep the vision and be patient. Wait for the sign. Wait to know what to do, or what path to take, or when to embark upon that path. You may have other things coming in for you, nuggets or information that you're missing. And so make sure that you're waiting. You're not just taking this. Yeah, sometimes the Prince of Wands is a knight. So it's fast, it's fire, fast moving energy. But you've got this very grounded, beautiful, balanced king energy grounding you and keeping you from, bursting forward too quickly. And this just is telling you the same thing. It's like, wait for the knowing to go on that path, to embark upon that path. But you will have some very clear vision. You'll be inspired to create something new in your work, or in your career, or in your business. You may have this beautiful inspiration coming to light and coming to life in February for you. And then they're just going, but we're keeping it simple, right? We're not going to start to complicate things just because we have this push. So be careful not to jump too quickly. Let's see, to close out your reading, what we have for this card for you here. Your past supports your future. Oh, they want me to couple this with this 10 of Wands here, this burden card reversed. So instead of whatever it is that you've been through, group 3, especially in your work, if you've been trudging along or really putting your whole heart and soul into things and feeling like, is it going to happen? I feel burdened. I don't know if I'm strong enough to keep going. Again, notice what you're saying to yourself in your mind about it. The indication is that you are strong enough. You need to remember that. And you have to drop the burden, especially as it concerns others. Delegate. Use your community the way that you need to use them. You don't have to be picking up extra things for other people if it's not yours to pick up. This tells you that what you've been through, maybe the burden that you have been carrying, even though you're dropping it now, it serves you in some way to help you into the future, to create this vision, to use this new perspective, to use your dreams, to use your success energy. I mean, that's what they're saying. This is what they're saying here, right? Notice what you have succeeded in, because that's what's going to support your future vision and to help you move forward and step into yourself and know exactly what it is you're meant to do. This month is about things being easy and fun, and you recognizing how you're directing your attention and your mind and your focus. Yes, to be able to come out of it with a different new perspective and not taking on everybody else's stuff if that is not your service or that's not your job to do, but instead shining your own light out in the world. Now they want me to read the questions of this card for you. It is number 11. That is a master number, right? So just want to keep that in mind. Your past supports your future. So you can ask yourself these questions throughout the month. Are you beginning a cycle, waxing, or ending one, waning? How does the next cycle begin? That's this action energy for you. What did you do in the past that has created today's reality. And what can you do today to weave the fabric of your reality with a beautiful pattern of love and success? Maybe you need to tie off old patterns and nurture relationships, projects, or ideas. Relationships, projects, or ideas. You're really allowing yourself to start to recognize how beautifully powerful you truly are, how all of the pieces of yourself, you've really got that happening for you, group 3. All the pieces of yourself work together, the past, and have given you wisdom from possibly past lives, how your spirit team is helping you, the kind of power that you have. Look at this. You've got 2 kings right over each other. You know, you have what it takes. They're asking you to drop the things from the past and just simplify this month in your business. How can you get from here to here? What are you doing to complicate things? Come back to yourself and start asking yourself, what do I want? How can I envision it? And what do I bring to the table? Where have I been successful? And then allow yourself to feel that fiery energy and keep in touch with your spirit team. I'm wishing you the most wonderful February, envisioning your future and really bringing those dreams into your reality every day. Well, group 3, a bit of a bonus here for you. They are asking me to bring this in on the back of your reading, the Ring of Fire card, which, to be honest, I kind of completely forgot about. But they want me to read it for you. So this is a bit of a bonus for you, group 3. We're gonna read it. Here we go. Again, Ring of Fire is the light of repetition. So this has to do with cycles that are happening in your life or have been going on, and the recognition of those. Wow, look at that. The dolphin again. So I put all the charms back. I cleared all your cards, and we're getting the dolphin again. Thank you. They said, you know, you want to focus on the cycles, repeating the things that bring you joy, that help you feel playful, in a community, they just said. Because, you know, dolphins swim together, families of dolphins. Yeah, right. And so the dolphin is showing up again for you. I would look that up. Look up the dolphin energy. That's a double sign for you there. So, whoa, holy cow. Those just busted out of this deck, Ring of Fire. I guess they have something to say about it. Okay, grabbing them for you. Wow, these are all reversed. And look, these are all repetition. Okay. You received all of these cards in your reading already, group. I'm gonna just separate them so we can see them separately. You've received all 3 of these cards already in your reading, group number 3. They were not all in this position. Just listening. The cycles that have taken your power from you, right? They need to go. This fun, lightness, energy, that's probably why they had me keep this card here as well, this theme card, group number 3. So whatever is taking your strength, notice the cycle. Whatever is making you feel sad, sorrowful, causing unneeded pain and suffering, it needs to go. The play needs to happen there. Whatever you feel like is not igniting or not moving forward, or where you don't feel inspired, there's a cycle there that you need to look into for the month of February in your work, maybe how you're thinking about yourself in work, the way that your work is run, okay? Are we getting clarification at all on any of these? Yes, thank you. I was hoping so. They're asking me to only pull the upright. Basically what I'm gonna do now is just clarify. It's like result energy, or just more of a rooted energy here that I want to see. What happens? What happens, group 3, if you decide that you're going to break the cycles that you become aware of in these areas? Well, you look at that. You break that cycle where you don't feel strong enough or you're always exhausted, and shift that. That showed up in your reading too, right? That was in your success position. You're gonna feel inspired to move forward and have the inspiration that you need. So if you need to rest, you rest. Whatever is stopping you from feeling energetic or like you have the power within you, that strength energy, you got to notice it and take even the tiniest step to shift a cycle is shifting the cycle. You don't have to, clean slate the whole thing. Even just a small shift will change the cycle, and they need you to look at the repetition. Upright again, here we go. So whatever's causing you pain, unneeded suffering, it will allow you, if you shift the cycle, it will allow you to get connected to your higher wisdom. Thank you. And what your spirit team is kind of collectively telling you, you will be attracted to or be able to be connected with higher points of wisdom that help you understand why that suffering was happening, why that cycle of suffering was in your life in the first place. Wonderful. Ooh, and this one, wow. Okay. And we're taking these upright to clarify. So the Empress energy. Boom. Which is the Empress energy is all about being able to, she's the mother. So she's growing things and being able to bring things to fruition. So, if you break the cycle of if you break that repetition, whatever's happening that's telling you, I am not inspired, I do not feel good here, I don't know, whatever that narrative is that's existing for you right now, if you can find it and do something just a little bit different, add some fun, add some play, add some lightness, add some joy, do something that makes you happy, do it in just a little bit of a different way, it's going to allow you to step into very high-powered Empress energy, which is, like I said, she's the mother. She is the ruler of all things fertile, of love, of unconditional love. And so she's able to grow whatever it is she wants with love. And that's the energy that you'll be able to start to move into if you decide for yourself that you're going to notice and shift these kinds of cycles. They're showing up on repeat for you. Yes, with a purpose, they just said. So paying attention very clearly during the month of February as it concerns what it is that you want for your career or what your future aspirations are, what's going on in your work, what's going on in your job, what's going on in your business. Notice where these, even if they're small little things, notice where they're popping up, because this is the result of shifting them even a little bit. You're going to get some really amazing high-powered results. Okay, thank you so much, group number 3. I love this bonus. How fun. What a wonderful February. And holy cow, it looks like it's time to start shifting and changing some of that repetitive stuff that's just not working for you to be able to bring in some much needed and beautiful high-powered connectivity growth energy. I hope you found something that resonated with you in this video, group number 3. And if you did, you can let me know by giving it a thumbs up or leaving me a comment down below. If you know someone else who may benefit from this reading, please feel free to share it with them so they can receive the messages that they need. And also don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that the next time I post a pick a card reading, you'll be notified. Thank you so much, group number 3.